a warm welcome again to the Ref Show, looking at Euro 16. Plenty to talk about, and we're going to talk about it this week with Mark Halsey, who can tick two boxes for us in one. He's a former goalkeeper and, of course, allegedly a former referee as well.
They say that about both positions, yeah.
Yeah, what do they say about both positions?
You've got to be absolutely crazy to be a goalkeeper, and even worse to become a referee, and obviously I've done both.
He's done both. It qualifies him very well for some very lively chat, as all Ref Show regular viewers do know. Let's just make a general observation, first of all, on Euro 16. The best team in the tournament, and have referees got a claim for being the best team in the tournament?
I think they have, Alan. If you look at it, I mean, you know, the referees, the officials, they're the third team, and I think there's been some outstanding officiating by the match officials in the Euros. Clear leadership and direction from Kalina, which is refreshing, because obviously we don't see that in our own domestic game. And it's great that the referees are giving the game a chance to breathe, to flow. They're recognising of careless, reckless challenges. They're not bringing out the yellow cards cheaply. Otherwise, you know, one or two have been, but on the whole, I think it's been fantastic. You know, yes, we're going to see one or two major decisions that are called wrong, but you know, over the tournament so far, I think the officiating has been absolutely outstanding. And obviously, we've got our own Mark Clattenburg, who's refereed 2 games, and he was absolutely outstanding.
We'll come on later, perhaps, to his claims for going to the later stages and even the final. But the dilemma about, you know, he'll want England to do well. So we'll talk about that later. But the great thing, Mark, is that the players and the coaches, managers do seem to be responding positively to the referees saying, hey, we want this game to flow. Yeah,
and also you can also see when players go down easy, the referees are not giving the free kicks. I know you look at it, and yes, they have. As a referee, it's vital that you pick up these small free kicks, because it aids your control. It stops the players getting frustrated with you and themselves and taking out vendettas against other players. But their reading of the game, their anticipating play, their movement, their fitness, it's got them into positions where players have gone to show dissent, and the referees are right there. And so when the referee is right there, the player turns round. What can you say? Because he's there. So it is refreshing, and it's pleasing to see it, and it's great to see that we're not talking about the match officials. We're talking about the football that's going on in the Euros, because I think it's been fantastic.
We're not talking a great deal about diving and play acting either. Okay, there is some. It'll please you. I don't think I've seen a caution for diving yet.
And what have I always said throughout our domestic season to our referees? Don't go looking for trouble. And that's exactly what they're doing in the Euros. They are not going looking for trouble. Yes, if a player goes down easy and he's trying to get a free kick, the referees are not going looking for it. Whereas on our own domestic front, we've seen so many second yellow cards. Vardy, Leicester, West Ham, as I said in that, don't go looking for trouble. John Moss went looking for trouble and found it. In the Euros, it's been absolutely, from my own opinion, it's been outstanding. And Clean has got to take a lot of credit for that as well.
As you say, there are always going to be 1 or 2 errors, absolutely inevitably. But just have a look at just 1 or 2, because we really had to look very, very hard to find them. There was the Republic of Ireland defeat to Belgium. Okay, it was by a landslide, 3-0. No question the better team won. But big turning point before Belgium's first goal. Should Republic have had a penalty? High kicking.
Yeah, I mean, it was a reckless challenge, and Kake is normally one of the top referees, as we saw in the Champions League semi-final. He done both semi-finals, and he was outstanding. You know, yeah, you can say it's a free kick outside the box. It would be a free kick in our domestic game. So you can look at it whether Kake felt that he's played the ball, and then Long was just sort of putting his head down then to head the ball. Perhaps that's what crossed his mind, and he never gave it. But I don't think there have been any complaints had the referee awarded a penalty to Ireland. And obviously it was a massive decision, because Belgium went straight down the other end and scored a goal. So perhaps they were, too wanting to complain about that decision, not worrying about their, defending positions from there to their own.
One of the stories of the tournament has been Iceland. I mean, 2 fantastic draws with big nations, including 1-1 with Hungary. I don't think we're going to begrudge them what might have been a soft penalty kick. Do you think Gunnarsson really kind of played for it in their 1-1 draw with Hungary?
That's why, and that's why we've been praising the referees. You know, not giving cheap, silly free kicks or, you know, like you say, players going down too easy.
It wouldn't have been a foul.
It wouldn't have been a foul outside in midfield. So why would it be a foul in the box? And it is fantastic to see, you know, the smaller teams doing well. Look, I mean, Albania last night. I mean, I watched it. You know, so I saw part of the game, and to beat Romania 1-0. You know, their first ever a goal in a massive tournament. It's just great, fantastic to see. And the goals, you know, the celebrations is like they've won the final. You know, so it's really fantastic to see.
Albania, well done. We haven't talked about England yet. This takes us back to the start of the show. Goalkeepers and referees. Joe Hart, okay, he made an error against Wales, should have saved Gareth Bale's free kick. England end up winning by 2-1. And Hart somehow, well, he blots it out. You always know that he knows he's dropped one, but he somehow blots it. And referees have to do the same.
Absolutely. And I've always said that, you know, referees, goalkeepers and referees, you know, they make one chance and make a mistake, and you've got to put it behind you. You know, you could have a fantastic game for 89 minutes, and all of a sudden you throw one in, you miss a big key match decision, and everyone's talking about that one decision. And you've got to be mentally strong, mentally tough as a goalkeeper and as a referee. The best goalkeepers, the best referees make these mistakes, park them to one side, and move on.
Easier said than done. Let's go to some oddities of the tournament now. And Northern Ireland, Ukraine, also brilliant. Northern Ireland, good luck to them for the rest of the tournament. It was a great 2-0 victory over Ukraine. And people will also remember it for the players being taken off because of a hailstorm. There's been a lot of ridiculing, mocking of the referee in that instance, who was Pavel Kralovic, the Czech referee. Have you ever taken players off for anything like that?
Yeah, it happened to me once. I was refereeing an FA Cup third round tie between Queen's Park Rangers and Huddersfield at the home of football.
Your team?
How
come you're refereeing QPR?
Well, I was very disappointed because we went out in the FA Cup that day. But obviously after that, I mean, I realised I couldn't referee him again because I lived 40 miles away. I wasn't, you know, I was pointing to the game.
You got away with that.
I got away with it,
and still QPR lost.
Still QPR lost. But going back to your original question, players paramount of safety is paramount, and we had a heavy thunderstorm, rain overhead as we come out for the second half, and the lightning was all around the stadium. So decided to keep the players in for, I think it was about 10 minutes because until the storm had passed and out we come. But I've been there, and the referee was absolutely spot on, because obviously the hailstones that were coming down were so big. Obviously you can't see through that, and it could be dangerous into a player's eyes and could blind them. And so he's absolutely spot on to take them off.
And on a more serious note, just to conclude part one, there was the disruption of the Croatia-Czech Republic game with Mark Clattenburg in charge. Flares thrown on the pitch by Croatia fans, and he very promptly brought the players off for safety.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Obviously, he clearly spoke with the UEFA delegate as well on the situation. But I understand that UEFA were aware this was going to happen because the Croatian fans were demonstrating against their own federation. So I understand that everyone had been briefed before the game. So if they knew this, then why did the authorities and the French security not check the fans as they were coming in for all these flares? And I thought we should be doing that. So if they were aware that this is going to take place, then, you know, perhaps they should have been a bit more.
Well, it sounds like this incident could have been avoided. But
just like I say, could have been avoided if they had been more aware of what was going on.
Yeah. Okay, we also had the oddity, just very quickly, of I think 4 Swiss players having their shirts ripped in the France 0 Switzerland 0 game. German kit manufacturer for you. I think Gary Lineker remarked German efficiency or so, words to that effect. But we will pick up on that in the second half, because we thought there hadn't been too much grappling, but clearly the evidence is there has been some, and it could increase as the tournament goes on. Meantime, get your brain cells and get your flags and your whistles around this brain teaser. Rejoin us for the second half. As referee, you share a surname with the home team's keeper. When he commits a foul and you award a penalty, his teammates scream foul abuse at him using his surname. But several of them are looking at you. What now?